Ladies and gentlemen, the machine, Bert Kreischer. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is a pleasure to be here. Let's talk about my daughters. I can just say they're different human beings than I ever was. Never been called dad. I get called fetus, Fuffetus, Bertrude McFuzz, Baby Walrus. I have so many nicknames, it's crazy. But they're good kids. I mean, listen, they've made me a lot of money, and they've never complained. I'd say their worst trait is they both bust my balls relentlessly. Georgia is a massive ball buster. Like, if they catch me when I'm high, ooh. We were in Hawaii recently, and I got high before dinner because I wasn't drinking. I was trying to be healthy, and they could tell I was high, and Georgia goes, "Dad, you got your shoes on backwards." And I was like, "Oh, shit." And then I went, "Wait, what?" She goes, "We knew you got high." Georgia is a massive ball buster. Isla is a lunatic. This kid has almost killed me. Almost killed me. She choked me unconscious the other day. She's taking jujitsu, and she goes, I'd f you up. And I went, "What?" I go, "Baby, you would not hold a candle to me." And she goes, "All I need to do is get your back and I choke you out." And I was like, "Okay, I'd like to see that." She goes, "Wait, you want me to choke you out?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "It's easier with big guys like you." She comes, we're at dinner at a restaurant. She gets behind me, gets her leg around the chair, puts me in a chokehold, and chokes me almost unconscious. And I was like, I can't defeat my daughter in a fight. All I got to do is get your back. Oh my God. Oh, let's talk about my wife. She's a great person. I love her to death. She has my back. She is my ride or die. She gives love by giving service. So if you need something done, that is how she loves. The worst thing about my wife, she cannot tell a story to save her life. I will tell you the best damn story, and my wife will tell you the whole story in 2 seconds. And I go, "No, that's not the point of a story. The story is you have a reveal, you have a punch." I have a great story. I'll tell you real quickly. My daughter, Georgia, broke her jaw. She's 4 years old. We tried to take her to a very expensive dentist in Beverly Hills, and we had to put her under, which is scary. And they told me, "We can't find a vein. We need you to put her under." And I was like, I'm 35 years old. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a brand new dad. And I'm like, "Okay." I go, "Baby, we're going to put the gas over your face, and you're going to breathe evenly, and you're going to go to sleep." And then Georgia, 4 years old, looks at me and goes, "What if I don't wake up?" And I was like, "Great question." Great question. I look at the doctors, and I said to these dentists, I go, "If she dies, do we bring the body home with us?" And they're like, "Whoa, what are you talking about?" And then I start panicking, and I just smother her like Lenny in Of Mice and Men. I'm like, take the gas." And she goes under. I start crying uncontrollably. Go to the waiting room. I'm crying so bad. People in the waiting room are freaking out. They're watching a grown man sob. Leanne's crying. There's a kid with his dad who's like, "Dad, you said it wasn't going to be that bad." There's a black chick who's trying to soothe me, make eye contact. Doesn't happen. 10 minutes goes by of them watching me cry. Dennis comes out. He goes, "Your daughter is fine." Everyone gives an applause, right? I then go in. We take Georgia into this receiving room. It's it's a really expensive dentist. I don't know how we're going to afford this. Leanne's got Georgia in her lap. Georgia's got gauze. She's still asleep. I'm standing watching. And all of a sudden, the door opens to that room. And it's the black chick. She puts her hand on my shoulder and goes, "It's tough being a daddy." I look. It's Whitney Houston. Swear to God. That's how we got the anesthesiologist. She paid for the whole thing. She paid for the whole thing. We didn't have the money, and Whitney Houston, God rest her soul, took care of us. Now, do you want to hear how my wife tells the story? Did we ever tell you about the time we met Whitney Houston? Like, you just buried the lead, Leanne. Tell the story. The story's good, and then wham, Whitney Houston. No, but I knew it was Whitney Houston. It doesn't matter. The point is, she came into the room. The reveal, Leanne. But I don't want to sound stupid in the story. How am I going to not know that's Whitney Houston? It's just like being married to that woman. And that is a perfect transition into talking about my family. Best thing about my parents is they loved the out of me. Like, they were the best parents you could ever ask for. The worst thing about my mom is she might have loved me too much. Like, she thought I hung the moon. My dad, the exact opposite. He did not understand me. He loved me, but he didn't understand me. First grade, I'm playing second base, Forest Hills baseball for the Yankees. I'm second base, bases loaded, fly ball hits to me at second base. I catch it, Natural reaction, I spike the ball, I rip my shirt off, and I start dancing. The crowd went nuts. My dad was like, what the is wrong with you? My mom's like, that's my little boy, that's my boy. That's the best and worst thing. Florida State was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. You know, when I left college, I feel like I did it perfectly. I feel like I put a bow on it. Rolling Stone magazine, #1 party animal in the country, 6.5 years, and I was like, I'm ready for the next phase of my life. The worst thing about college were the chicks. Like, cause I didn't want to have casual sex. I wanted to find my person. I wanted to look for my person. And I didn't realize that not everyone was the same way I was. I wanted to meet someone who wanted to watch Fletch and have pepperoni pizzas with bacon from Domino's and drink a liter of Diet Coke and maybe watch it a second time. I wanted someone who wanted to listen to Blind Melon, smoke weed, and watch snowboarding videos. I wanted someone who wanted to eat fried chicken, watch The Simpsons, and then go play disc golf. I know food was involved in a lot of these, but like I wanted my person. And I didn't realize that not everyone was ready to settle down. So I'd meet someone and then they'd cheat on me. Or I'd meet someone and then they'd cheat on me. And I got cheated on twice in college, but I only had 2 girlfriends in college. I put all my eggs in those baskets. And I also wasn't a great boyfriend. Let's just be very clear. I cheated a couple times too. But yeah, I wanted to meet my person. And I think the greatest thing about being a grown-up is people are ready to start settling down. And when I met Leanne and she said, what do you want to do tonight? And I said, I don't know, what do you want to do? And she goes, let's watch black and white movies and make Sundays. Shut up. Do you know how much weight I gained? The best thing about coming up as a comedian is not really still being in college, living in the moment, and just doing stand-up every single night. Going to Starbucks, getting a Frappuccino, writing all day, walking around the city, waiting for something to happen, going to the comedy clubs, staying there until 2 a.m, 4 a.m. when they kicked you out, and drinking, going home, and then waking up and doing it all again. It was like Groundhog's Day, but all you did was laugh hysterically, and you were young, no one worried about doctor's appointments. It was the greatest. It was very communal. It was so like a team. And then when podcasting started, it turned into this big family because everyone could help each other. I mean, stand-up has so many beautiful parts and it's such a great, great, great job. The craziest thing is like you put out a special and I don't want to say you find out who your real friends are, but your real friends come to you first. They post about it first. They text you first. You know, the craziest one today is like, I'm 52. And when I started, there weren't a lot of 52-year-old comedians. And now there still are. But you know in your head, like I'm getting old and dudes are doing it better. And you lay in your bed and you're like, I'm 52. I'm talking on stage about my wife's menopause. I hope I'm still relevant. I know that sounds so crazy. And I'm probably sure if you're a fan of mine, you're like, why are you even saying that? But it goes through your head. And today I got a text from Ricky Velez. And then I'll read you his text because it's so cool. It was like, and by the way, as I talk about getting old, shit. And could this be, what am I, a prop comic now? But he said, I get emotional because it's like our dreams are attached to this career. Our dreams, like it's not just like a job, it's our dream. And then you get a kid that is at the very beginning of his amazing career and he says, man, I've been with you for a minute. And when you hit me up about my it meant the world to me. I'm gonna hit you closer when I come out, but you're the man. And I wrote, by the way, one day you'll be an older comic wondering if you're still relevant, and a young comic you really like will give you a compliment that you just gave me, and it'll mean a lot more. And he went, wow. I won't get to read what else he said. Yeah, it's about us doing coke. But here's the thing. You can't be the bitter old guy who doesn't want to watch the young dogs bark. Like you want to see the guys you loved and that gave you love when you were young and the guys that looked up to you, you want to see them blow past anything you could have accomplished and really feel gratitude and joy for them. And that's the key. There's a lot of shitty parts about stand-up, but they're good parts. There's too many good parts to mention. And they overwhelm all the little bitterness and backstabbing that may happen at the clubs or bumping people or blowing the light, all that. It overwhelms it when you really embrace this community and you're a part of it. I just want to say thank you so much for coming out tonight. I love you with all my heart. God bless. Good night. No, please, no. No, thank you so much. That's too nice. No, not all of you. All of you? Oh my God.